Hello guys and welcome. I hope that you are well. My name is I play 4K, aka I play 8K, aka I play 16K or UHD King. During this video I'm going to demonstrate 7680 pixels by 4320 pixels or 8K video resolution in Witcher3 Wild Hunt PC game on a single Titan RTX video card TU102 Turing GPU architecture by Nvidia with 24GB of video RAM and Intel Core i9 9900K overclock at 5.3 GHz per each core, but only running 6 physical cores, 6 physical threads. In the end of this video, I'm going to introduce you to my PC hardware specifications and to my computer, but we're going to start at the low preset. I'm going to show you 3 different presets: low preset under graphics, and low preset under post-processing, then high preset under post-processing, and ultra preset under graphics, and ultra preset modified the way I would play it. Okay. The purpose of this video is not the gameplay. The purpose of this video is to test the hardware, and so we can benchmark the PC hardware and compare the results with the future technologies, future CPU, future GPU, future PC systems. Keep in mind that over the UHDking.com, I recorded the world's first 16K video resolution in the Witcher3 Wild Hunt PC game, and it is already available over the UHDking.com. Go ahead and switch to Titan RTX playlist or 16K playlist and watch the video. It's just unbelievable, guys. You're going to see 2027. You're going to see the future on a single Titan RTX video card and on 2 Titan RTX video cards and SLI, as well as I'm going to record 8K video resolution in the Witcher3 Wild Hunt PC game in within the 2 Titan RTX video card and SLI on this system as well. It's just going to be a second video available over the UHDking.com. Go ahead and check it out. It's going to be also a great video to watch because the Witcher3 PC game supports SLI technology by Nvidia, and 2 Titan RTX and SLI will have no problems. I tested with the 2 RTX 2080 Ti video cards and SLI as well. The videos will be uploaded in a few days just to compare the performance, because RTX 2080 Ti video card and Titan RTX video card pretty much similar video cards, except the Titan RTX video card is 256 CUDA cores more than RTX 2080 Ti on GPU, and Titan RTX has 60 gigabytes per second per bandwidth over the RTX 2080 Ti video card in terms of the GDDR6, because GDDR6 on Titan RTX is supporting 384-bit bus, and on the RTX 2080 Ti video card it supports 352-bit bus. The difference 60 gigabytes per second. The difference will be more than today is my DDR4 is capable to bandwidth is capable to push, because my DDR4 today is capable to push 50 gigabytes per second in terms of the bandwidth, in terms of the data to feed the CPU, while the GDDR6, just the difference between RTX 2080 Ti video card and Titan RTX video card will be 60 gigabytes per second. And today this Titan RTX video card is overclocked. Keep that in mind. So that means that I'm receiving additional 100 gigabytes per second on our GDDR6 as a bonus from a free overclock, and 100 megahertz additional on our GPU frequency, but it's going to thermal throttle anyways. Let me, as again, for those naysayers, to demonstrate it to you. So this is how we are running right now, and you can see that 16K resolution. This was from the last gameplay that I played. 16K resolution, 15,360 by 8,640, and you don't want to miss it, guys. That video in the Witcher3 Wild Hunt PC game will be amazing. World's first 16K gameplay in the Witcher3 PC game, available over the UHDking.com YouTube channel. So, alright, so this is what's up with the settings. Go ahead and smash that pause button. So lowest possible preset, this is how we started. So I showed you the gameplay, and now I'm going to show you a little bit of the 3D animation based on the game engine. So it's not going to be pre-rendered video, it's going to be any 3D animation rendered within the game engine using the CD Projekt's game developer, Polish game developers game engine to render the beautiful visuals that is going to look like a Pixar. But when we are going to compare 8K video resolution render to 16K video resolution render, is going to be like day and night, guys. I already can see the difference. 16K video resolution was unbelievable, guys, even on the same 8K native screen. And today, by the way, I'm playing this game on an 8K native screen, keep that in mind. But when you run DSR 4X on an 8K screen with the Nvidia modified drivers, hopefully Nvidia going to unlock these capabilities in the future for PC gamers. But 16K video resolution is locked by Nvidia drivers, but you can modify the Nvidia drivers and unlock the capability under the DSR with 4X. Okay, I also modified the Nvidia Nvidia ShadowPlay that is used today to record this video, so it's recording in 8K resolution native. So I'll go ahead and switch this the YouTube player to 4320p or to the 8K video resolution and watch it on the 8K native screen for the best possible visuals. It's just beautiful, guys. As you can see, 50 FPS average, they're just amazing, and through the cutscene the FPS will be a little bit lower than through the gameplay, and the latency delay below 20 milliseconds, so pretty much it's comfortable. You don't feel almost no stuttering at all. Stuttering will start above 20 milliseconds, especially above 30 milliseconds you're gonna feel that heavy stuttering, and above 40 milliseconds is not playable status at all. As again, MS stands for the milliseconds at the right top corner, and FPS stands for the frames per second. And MS is a latency delay between the hardware and software, which is GPU, VRAM, CPU, system RAM, and the software, which is the Windows 10 professional operating system, NVIDIA driver, Direct3D 11 API, and the game engine by the CD Projekt game developers from Poland. And this is exactly, it takes like 20 milliseconds before each frame is rendered. This is the latency delay. The lowest value is the better in terms for the milliseconds, but for FPS, frames per second, the higher value is better. Hopefully it makes sense. This is for the newcomers. GPU utilization 100% in 8K video resolution, which is amazing. CPU utilization will be below 50%, but today I'm only using 6 physical cores, 6 logical processors without the hyper-threading technology, because the 3 hyper-threaded cores on the i9-9900K is equal to 1 physical core. So as you can see, they're 3 times slower hyper-threaded cores than a physical cores by 3 times. So I decided not to use them, because I'm going to receive an additional latency. This i9-9900K today is overclocked to perform the best possible FPS in PC games. Keep that in mind. Not as workstation, but the best possible FPS in PC games. That's why I disabled 2 physical cores in the BIOS and hyper-threading technology in the BIOS. But when you're doing 3D rendering, you want to enable the hyper-threading, even if it's going to add you additional 2 or 3 physical cores through the hyper-threading technology. You want to have it. Hopefully, guys, this makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and switch it to Ultra preset, like that. Okay, and post-processing, I'm going to use the high preset, like that. I'm going to turn down the motion blur and blur, because I'm not a big fan. I'm going to test with anti-aliasing, and then I'm going to turn down the anti-aliasing. It's going to start with the ambient occlusion at SSAO under the high preset. And graphics, we're going to use the Nvidia Hairworks. Right here is on, and I'm going to reboot the game just in case, so the data at the right top corner will be refreshed through the garbage collector, through the MS Afterburner, and will show the proper values at the right top corner. But as again, the values of the data at the right top corner was verified by me, guys, and exactly what it is. Keep that in mind, so you can trust that. Alright, let's go ahead and load the same first level. It's going to be a first level in the morning, sunrise, 4:30 a.m. soft shadows, everything is beautiful, beautiful lighting, as you can see, and pretty much the best scenario to test the Witcher3 PC game. You want to keep your eyes again at the right top corner. So CPU utilization, I just saw 59%, but it's still not a bottleneck for our 6-core 6 threads. Keep that in mind. So if I'm going to add additional 2 cores, we are not going to benefit in terms of the FPS, but we are going to create a slower latency delays, and pretty much we're not going to benefit at all. If your overall CPU utilization never see 90% or reach above 90%, that's a clear sign that you don't need to have additional threads. You can turn down some additional threads or cores in the BIOS, while increasing your frequency will be beneficial in PC games. Hopefully guys this makes sense. Look at this beautiful maximum possible visuals in 8K resolution, and it's just running great guys. Feels so great as well. Even at 27 FPS in the Witcher3 wall hunt PC game, that 27 FPS is kind of playable. I can play it like this as a veteran, but a lot of people probably not, so keep that in mind. Look at this, such a beauty. Such a beauty guys. Okay, and this is within the anti-aliasing. Let me real quick go ahead and turn down the anti-aliasing. But what I learned under this 16K video resolution, anti-aliasing didn't work in the Witcher3 PC game, this particular game, and we're going to find out if it's going to work without the anti-aliasing. You want to keep your eye at the right top corner. We're going to see it in terms of the FPS and data such as VRAM utilization, system RAM utilization, if it's going to create any difference. The increase in terms of the FPS to 30 FPS. So look like at the 8K video resolution anti-aliasing is working, or maybe not, just a few FPS. I do not believe it, or maybe it's not taxing too much of FPS on the Turing GPU architecture. But what I think that anti-aliasing doesn't work in 8K video resolution or above in Witcher3 PC game, in this particular game, while they're using their algorithms for the anti-aliasing for this game engine. As you can see, the CPU is overclocked to 5.3 GHz, 5300 MHz per core, but somehow it's running 5200 MHz per core. And in February 2022, Windows had an update, and now it's not running the external frequencies in the games that before were using external frequencies, but it's replacing that external frequencies with the AVX2 instruction frequencies, which is lower multiplier and lower frequencies. Not sure why, but it acting like that under the desktop in the Windows and in the games that previously in let's say in August 2022, September 2022 supported external frequency in this particular game, but not any longer. Not sure why. Microsoft pretty much just slowed down the old school computers, or maybe just apply to the 9000 series Intel CPUs. So let me know in the comments below if you're watching this video if this is the same scenario for your 9000 series processor by Intel, or if this is the same scenario with any old school CPUs. But if this is going to be the scenario for any CPUs, that means that your old school CPU now will show less performance, because it's going to compute not through the external frequency but through the AVX2 instruction frequency, which is lower. And old school CPUs, it's very low frequency. Keep that in mind. Not as mine today, because mine today is 5.2 GHz on the AVX2 instruction frequencies, while external frequency 5.3 GHz, which is 100 MHz difference. But on yours probably going to be 1 GHz difference. Keep that in mind. Titan RTX is overclocked, as you can see as well. Yeah, 25 FPS average on this gaming computer 9000 series with the Titan RTX video card. RTX 2080 Ti video card will show 7-10% lower in terms of the FPS, but it's still going to be alright here, because RTX 2080 Ti featuring 11 GB of VRAM, and as you can see at the right top corner, our VRAM utilization below 11 GB of VRAM, or below 11,000 megabytes. Hopefully that makes sense. When I was so FPS will be by 7% lower on the RTX 2080 Ti, but it's possible to run on the RTX 2080 Ti video card in 8K video resolution, or in 8K gaming in the Witcher3 PC game. I also tested with the GTX 1080 Ti video card, was no problem. Single video card and SLI, and 4X or 4 video cards, Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture, 2 Titan XPs video cards and SLI, and all those videos will be available over the UHDking.com YouTube channel that you don't want to miss, guys. Alright, it's beautiful. 8K resolution, still beautiful, and it's running so smooth, guys, comparing to 16K resolution and the same Titan RTX through the Nvidia DSR. That was running so slow, was stuttering badly, but as again, it wasn't the playable status, but it was benchable status, because the Titan RTX video card is the world's first video card that is allow us to run the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt PC game in 16K video resolution. It's just amazing. You don't want to miss that video. I'm going to include that video in the video description as well as in video comments. Go ahead and check it out, or in the end of this video as well. So let's go ahead and switch to the preset that I would like to play. So ultra preset, as you can see, but I wanna do Nvidia Hairworks is off because it's taxing a lot of FPS and post-processing, and it's not such a big difference when you're playing 8K video resolution with Nvidia Works on or off. It's almost the same visuals, keep that in mind, because the richness of the pixels rendered in real time under the 8K video resolution will be amazing. A lot of pixels will be rendered in terms of the hair. And Ambient Occlusion taxing a lot of FPS on the Turing GPU architecture, no matter what kind of algorithms it's using for the Ambient Occlusion. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to go ahead and turn it down to none. But before I'm gonna do it, let me go ahead and demonstrate for you the HBAO plus, okay? And then I'm gonna turn it off completely. So let's go ahead and have a look. Okay, HBAO, and we're ready. I'm going to go ahead and load the first level as again, and this is going to be the last test, and then I'm going to introduce you to my computer, to my PC hardware today that was used during this video recording. 27 FPS, as again, the Witcher 3 PC game supports SLI, and I'm going to show you with two Titan RTXs in SLI. But FPS will be almost double, because even under the 8K video resolution, the GPU utilization at 100%, which is excellent, out of this world GPU utilization, just like it's theoretically should be. This is what we are receiving in practice, in real time, in real life. So HBAO Ambient Occlusion, as you can see, same kind of FPS, but it's taxing a lot of FPS for the Turing GPU architecture. It takes a lot of those FPS. So let me go ahead and turn it down now. I demonstrated to you with the Ambient Occlusion. Pretty much it's almost the same visual as SAO. It's hard to see unless you're going to compare side by side, and etc. So I turn off the Ambient Occlusion. And as again, I'm recording this video with Nvidia ShadowPlay, so you gotta add 3 FPS. This is exactly how it was, 2-3 FPS to the FPS counter to the right top corner every second to get the FPS without the recording. Because I'm not recording this video with external professional video recording equipment, I'm recording it with the Nvidia ShadowPlay because it's such a beautiful software. I'm a big fan of the Nvidia ShadowPlay. Nvidia did a great job, and I'm a big fan of Nvidia video cards together. Nvidia ShadowPlay is, by the way, the best screen capture software available even in 2022. It was the best since 2016, and it is the best since even till 2022, because it's using the capabilities of the hardware and the software, while AMD solution and any other solutions like Camtasia and any other companies are using only the software solution, which is much slower when comparing software solution versus the hardware solution. And I developed, when I opened this YouTube channel, UHDking.com YouTube channel, I developed my own Morozilla video capture software, and I was capturing with my own software from 2007 till 2014 with my own software that I developed. But then Nvidia introduced Nvidia ShadowPlay, and it's outperformed my software. It's just capturing silky smooth without any latency delay videos all the way to 4K resolution officially by Nvidia, but through the Nvidia modified driver all the way to 8K resolution that I'm recording right now. So go ahead and watch that in 8K video resolution for the best possible visuals and for the best possible experience. Beautiful. Below 30 milliseconds latency delay, FPS increased by a little bit, not that much, by almost 10 FPS. I would say 7-8 FPS is increased right here. VRAM utilization is 11 gigabytes. And CPU utilization below 60%. So we're not bottlenecking because I don't have enough cores on the CPU. We're Gucci here. Beautiful visuals, by the way. Such a beautiful game that was available in 2015, developed by the CD Projekt, Polish developers, and it's a classic, one of the best games on PC, guys. I'm a fan of this game. It almost looks like a Pixar. It's rendered in real time though, while Pixar was rendered VIX and VIX every single frame, and it's almost at the same level as you can see 10 years later. Beautiful. As again, the purpose of this video is benchmarking, so we can benchmark our PC hardware and share the data and compare the data with the future technologies, future CPU, future GPU, future PC hardware, and etc. It's beautiful, guys. But it's not as beautiful as it was on an 8K native screen, but while running through the DSR 16K video resolution, that was amazing, mind-blowing. And I can see the difference, guys. I saw the difference. That image was like, wow, oh my god. And after that moment, when I saw it, when I'm watching even 4K resolution, it's like, oh my god, it's not that beautiful, it's so blurred. 4K resolution, after, guys, couple years, especially in 2022, now when I'm watching at 4K resolution gameplays, I'm like, well, it's kind of blurry. It's not that sharp enough, and etc. Because I got so spoiled with the 16K gameplays or 8K gameplays in a lot of games, because thank you to the Nvidia Titan RTX video card and Nvidia DSR technology. The company is amazing. I love their products, and I don't care about that philosophy that some, idiotic reviewer will try to influence into you to buy the lower quality products from AMD. AMD, guys, 6900 XT video card is fast as Titan RTX while mining bitcoins. It's 60 megahash per second. Can you believe it? While the RTX 3090 is capable to do 130 megahash per second. And they were showing us the videos when they were replacing the RTX 3090 on the AMD Radeon 6900 XTs. Those reviewers on the video over the YouTube channel were mimicking those actors while providing misinformation, disinformation to you, while over the UHDking.com YouTube channel, only the honest information will be provided. Hopefully, guys, this makes sense. So this is how I would play it. Let me real quick go ahead and introduce you to my system. As you can see on the wallpaper, this is my system today, a single Titan RTX taken with my iPhone XR. For those naysayers, let me zoom in. I'm going to use the zoom tool. Okay, this is the system real quick. Bum. As you can see, 1650 MHz times 2, 3300 MHz, because DDR4, CL11, this is the key, CL11 1T command. This is unheard of fast, and 50,000 megabytes per second on write. So this is theoretically dual channel, the maximum bandwidth that DDR4 can push. And plus the CPU is tuned for the gaming. With this presets on the DDR4 and with the cache presets, 48 multiplier versus 42 multiplier, so 4.8 gigahertz on the CPU cache frequency. Okay, and it's also reduce the latency delay between the communication system memory and the CPU, and increase the FPS maybe by 1-2 FPS total. And I achieved that with the rarest and most expensive DDR4, Corsair 5000 MHz, 2500 MHz times 2, 5000 MHz, CL11 as you can see. But it's Micron technology. It doesn't like the frequency like Samsung chips, but it loves the lower latency delay, and I utilize it and benefit it just like it should be over here, as you can see. Graphics, Here we go, base, boost, current, bench. This is how i9-9900K stock versus this gaming tune with only 6 cores though instead of 8 physical cores. I shut down the 2 physical cores and hyper threading technology in the BIOS. So 6 cores score 5.7 times, not bad for the multi-thread performance. And that 16 logical processors is not even 2 times faster than our 6 logical processors because of our frequency and our AVX2 instruction frequencies as well. Hopefully guys this makes sense. As again, I'm going to review this tune of i9-9900K. I'm going to create a playlist. Go ahead and check it out. IDA 64, CPU-Z, everything will be reviewed. Stock, gaming tune, and workstation tune. You don't want to miss. Every single information will be reviewed in depth. All right. That's it. That's pretty much it. For those naysayers, let me show you that my Nvidia control panel, how it was set. Here we go. It was set for the, as you can see, it says quality over here, and under the manage 3D. Was set like that, no DSR because 8K native, and prefer maximum performance, just like that, and quality under the textual filtering. Okay, if you're trying to benchmark your PC, make sure to follow this type of rules, and that's it. That's pretty much it, guys. It was recorded in February 12, 2022. Let me show it to you. But this type of technologies was available in December 2018, or I would say even August 2018 with the RTX 2080 Ti video card. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Right now on the screen, I'm putting some great videos for you to check out, as well as 16K resolution of Witcher3 PC game that you don't want to miss. That's 16K gameplay versus this 8K gameplay, but that's 16K gameplay on another level versus the 8K gameplay. Keep that in mind. My name is I Play 4K, aka I Play 8K, aka I Play 16K, or UHD King. And have a great 2022. Have a great Tiger year, and I will see you guys till the next videos. Don't forget to smash that like button. A lot of time, money, energy was invested. Share it with your friends. Till the next time.